Welcome to another Nintendo News Minute. I'm your host, N64 Josh, and we are going to jump right into this thing. Sharp is supplying LCD displays for a new console as fans await Switch successor. We're taking a look at a Nintendo Life article here. It says, we've been involved in its R&D stage. Let's jump into the article. It says, following Nintendo's confirmation that the Switch's momentum is indeed slowing down, as we head into fiscal year 24, speculation over the eventual Switch successor is naturally starting to grow exponentially. We've been talking about it right here on this show. To add fuel to the fire, company Sharp has confirmed that it is supplying LCD displays for a new gaming console, though it obviously refrained from going into any specific details. According to Bloomberg, via VGC, CEO Robert Wu confirmed that Sharp is working with an unnamed company on the development of a new gaming console since the R&D stage, and that it plans to launch pilot LCD panels production lines for the device this fiscal year. Of course, the device in question may not be the successor to the Switch, and the unnamed company may not be Nintendo, but Sharp is known to have worked with Nintendo in the past. Most recently, Nintendo partnered with Sharp to increase production of the Nintendo Switch in order to satisfy the growing demand. So, what does this mean? To me, everything's pointing towards a new Switch. We talked about it a little bit last night while we were talking about Tears of the Kingdom. We don't have a lot on the Nintendo front coming up. It seems a little strange. You know, even when they're from their financials, they talked about Pikmin 4, Metroid Prime 4, DLCs, and that was essentially it. It just seems so strange that they're not talking about anything for the rest of this year. And why is that? What direction is the Switch heading towards the end of its life cycle? We got to see a very successful launch to the Switch in 2017, but are we going to see something similar with the next console? Is this going to be a Switch Pro? Are they going to call it the new Switch and only make the newer games run on it and have a second SKU? I have so many questions about the direction that Nintendo is going to go. It seems to me that they caught lightning in a bottle. Can they do it again? What if they just upgraded the tablet itself? Better screen, better processors, more RAM, all the things, so that it can run games at a solid, 1080 60, and then maybe with the dock and the power of the tablet get up to 4K on TV. I would honestly be disappointed if they moved away from the hybrid system. The Switch has been like, it's so fantastic being able just to, take it on the go if you want, or be able to stream your games and play them right on your TV. So I hope I hope whatever we're seeing, honestly, the direction I'm hoping is that we go towards a Pro, and that some of these games that have dynamic resolution already, like Rocket League and others, that they will be able to take advantage of the horsepower of the newer system. At the same time, I don't want to stay in the same family for too long, because there are games that I wouldn't mind seeing sequels to. I'm looking at Smash Bros, right? For one particular reason, a deluxe version of Smash Bros Ultimate with a better online component would be perfect. I don't necessarily need anything new from Smash, but just better online. It's a great game as is. Of course, new stages, some more Nintendo characters. I'm all here for it. I'm definitely here for it. But this is kind of just adding to the overall hype and speculation about a new console from Nintendo coming soon. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I see it a lot, especially on the Xbox side of gaming Twitter. A lot of handhelds being released that you can play Game Pass on. Other companies have definitely taken notice of what the Switch has done. And we're seeing, I mean, even Steam. We're seeing lots of devices very similar to it. So I would say this is the time that Nintendo needs to continue to set themselves apart from from everybody else. We know that power and, bleeding edge tech has never been their thing because they're a profit first company. I mean, I don't blame them. That's good business. But a Switch that could really handle Call of Duty, even Madden, just modern games, like all the modern games, Jedi Fallen or Jedi Survivor, I'd be here for it. I would be on board. So, whatever it is that Sharp's working on, hopefully it is something for Nintendo, and hopefully we see something soon. But the question I have for you in the comment section, do you think we see a brand new system altogether that's backwards compatible with Switch games? Or does Nintendo keep the Switch line going for another few years? I'm leaning that direction, honestly, but I wouldn't mind seeing some games either get some major updates, including more DLC, looking at you, Smash, or if it's a new console, they can launch right away with games like Mario Kart 9, we can assume, a deluxe version of Tears of the Kingdom with, higher resolutions and better frame rates. All that is a very, very real possibility. Nintendo still wants to move 15 million Switch units before April of next year. So we aren't going to hear anything until they're much closer to release. And according to this article, within this fiscal year, LCD panels will be in the production lines for the device. Fall of next year, we see a new Switch device, new Nintendo handheld. I mean, they're doing LCDs, so we can assume that it's a handheld hybrid system. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Moving on over, Nintendo Life again. A TUI announces 4-in-1 Zeomuds Switch eShop bundle. Publisher TUI has announced a tasty new Switch eShop bundle for North America, which includes 4 of its catalog in one handy package. The games include Mutant Mudds Deluxe, Mutant Mudds Super Challenge, Mud Blocks, and Zeo Drifter. The bundle will be available from today for a special launch price of $14.99, saving you a cool 40% off the regular price of $24.99. At the moment, the bundle is only available in North America, though TUI confirms it will be available in Europe at a later date. Here's some of the information for the games included. Mutant Mud Deluxe. Our Hero Max may be just a 2D sprite, but he can leap into third dimension by jetting between the background and the foreground of playfields with his trusty jetpack in this unique dimensionally woven experience. Mutant Mudds. Here comes the challenge, Mutant Mudds Super Challenge, over 40 levels filled with malicious mutant mudds. This adventure is designed for super players, featuring a host of new platforming challenges and unique boss fights that will test your skills. Mud Blocks. Max mud busting work is never done. A muddy horde of mutants is rising up from below in block form. Throw water bombs down to wash them away. You can even use the multicolored mud blocks against them, and anything goes. Zeo Drifter. Zeo Drifter is the story of an interstellar drifter traveling the stars on a simple mission of exploration. You join our nomad as he embarks on the investigation of a small cluster of 4 planets on the Omega Sector after a collision with a rogue asteroid damaged his warp core. So there you go. There's a nice little bundle there from a TUI. If you're picking this one up, let me know in the comments below. $14.99 for 4 games is a very good price, and I know these are beloved games. And I think I've dabbled a little bit in Mutant Mud, just a little bit. I love the pixel art for sure. Lastly, because we got a ton of Zelda coverage today, but it's going to be in separate shows. We got more dev interviews to do, and we've got review roundup to do as well. So there's a lot. It's going to be a very, very busy day. I also recorded a new episode of Poke News Now with DJ. So if you guys want to go check that show out, it is available on YouTube and wherever you listen to podcasts. Lastly here, GQ's top 10 video games of all time. Now, this is from mynintendonews.com, and they got a top 10 list of the top 10 games of all time. And so here's what it says. The way they selected the selection process. Greatest games of all time's lists have for all time gone the same way. A team of video game journalists sit down and put together ranking the most ranking that is almost predetermined, a seemingly conical hall of fame that attempts to cover off as many bases as possible. Here at GQ, we thought we'd embrace chaos instead. Rather than shuffle Ocarina of Time, Dark Souls, and Ico across a big list according to our own whims, we decided to get our friends involved. So we gave the industry at large a blank canvas on which to determine their own criteria of best to see where the chosen games differ. This is interesting. I like that it's not just journalists. They got industry devs involved on this. Okay. So where the games differ and where they're similar to traditionally accepted canon. That meant gathering together a massive collective of our favorite developers, streamers, directors, and journalists in the business. Think of it as an Avengers Assemble moment. Each voter had one task: pick a personally ranked top 10 list. A game in first received 10 points. A game in 10th received 1 point. We invited 300 individuals to participate and received 239 final lists with an incredible 652 games receiving 1 vote or more. Our winner not only received the most votes, but also placed in people's number 1 more than any other rival. This is pretty cool. I like this. This isn't just the journalists getting together and doing their thing just for clicks. This is let's survey 300 people and see what happens here. And the comment section is not having it either. Give you an idea. It says no Elden Ring. Surprised it didn't crack the top 10. No Final Fantasy 7 or 9. Crazy. Somebody said this list might change after tomorrow, showing a arrow and a shield, or a bow and arrow and a shield. Another commenter says this list is LOL. They didn't include Skyrim, Final Fantasy 7, Resident Evil, Halo, or Mario. You're telling me Tetris is number 3 and these games aren't even top 10 material. Salt. Little bit of salt. So here we go. Number 10, Half-Life 2. Number 9, Dark Souls. Number 8, Portal 2. So Half-Life 2, I've played a decent amount. Dark Souls, I've played some, enjoyed it. Portal 2, played the first one. Don't think I played the second. Metal Gear Solid is number 7. Never touched it. Mass Effect 2, fantastic game, is at number 6. The Witcher 3, only played a little bit on the best version ever, which is on the Switch. Number 4 is Bloodborne. Haven't touched it. It's a PlayStation exclusive, but I hear really good things. And from 239 final lists, it's pretty crazy that these are the games we're seeing. Number 3 is Tetris, which, can you go wrong with Tetris? Really, it's like a game that you could play forever and probably not really get tired of it. Number 2 is The Last of Us, which it's so on my list. I really, I don't own it, but it's still in my backlog. That's what I'm saying. All right. And lastly, the number 1 game is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And that's really no surprise, honestly. It doesn't really surprise me at all. So, how did this top 10 rank for you? What would be your number 1? What would be your number 10? Let me know in the comments what your top 10 games of all times would be. I would love to I'd love to see some of them. Maybe we'll put one, if you guys go into the comment section of this video or on your podcast player and you leave your top 10, I will put together a show where we all kind of rank our own top 10. Or maybe we do something very similar to this where I'm gonna put out a form where you guys can all fill out, and we'll see which games rank the highest. Because I'm just curious, within our community, what would be number 1 and what would be number 10, and how many Nintendo games would just dominate that list. For me personally, Halo would have to be on there. It would have to be on there. Probably Halo 2, honestly. It's tough. So many good, so many hours spent playing that game, laughing, LAN parties, online, all the above. Just fantastic. So it's tough from such a, as many games as there are in the wild. It's tough trying to pick 10. Not an easy task whatsoever. So let me know your 10, if you can, in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for listening. I appreciate you all so much. You are helping me live my dreams, and I am beyond grateful. So thanks again for everything, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.